Hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to Born to React. Let's get it.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them the hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
All right, all right. So, how y'all doing? We got another one. This time we're gonna be talking about the fraud that's going on in Somaliland. If they could tell you, they call it Somaliland. But this is about Tim Walz State, Minnesota. Basically, there's been billions of dollars in fraud that's been uncovered in the last couple couple of weeks, and hey, it might be the tip of the iceberg. It's definitely the tip of the iceberg when it comes to all the fraud that's going on in this country. But um, basically, he's trying to say it's sensationalized. But let's get into what's going on.
Minnesota has become ground zero for government incompetence, waste, fraud, and abuse. And if we lived in a sensible society, the people running that state would be removed from power permanently. Over the past few weeks, the Somali fraud story started off at around $1 billion, right? And that was bad enough. That quickly became billions. And then yesterday, that number skyrocketed. The U.S. attorney in Minnesota talking about a completely different scheme here, announcing state programs were targeted with fraud, and the state is absolutely swamped with these crimes, he says. The feds believe a significant amount of the $18 billion paid out by Medicaid to Minnesota programs was fraudulent. Prosecutors believe it could be as much as half of that 18 billion. So that's 9 billion more added to the already billions we've seen. Added up, you're getting close to potentially $20 billion in potential fraud, a huge sum of that, much of that stolen by Somalian refugees, people who begged for their lives to be allowed into your country and then thanked you by stealing a tremendous amount of money. Now, we're talking 15, 20 billion, right? For reference, the entire gross domestic product of the nation of Somalia annually is $12 billion. It is one of the most ridiculous stories I have seen after doing news for 20 years.
So, as you can see, they robbing us blind, and they came over here using our civil rights, and black people were stupid enough to fall for it. And if y'all still on the Democrat plantation, I don't know if there's much to say, much to do to save y'all, really. But yeah, as you can see, they just been still our. My opinion, I think this was able to happen because of the self-hating blacks and whites that are in this country. We're the reason that people come into this country and think that they can burn our flag. And nowhere else do you think you can do that in any other country because you know either the government's gonna come down on you or the civilians gonna whoop your ass for doing it. But in our country, we didn't deal with our issues within our country, and we brought so many other people here that now they're exploiting our problems that we have at home. And we have people here whose lineage is from here that are siding with them, hoping this country fails. It's insane. No, I'm not saying everybody um, that's Somalian is a bad person. I got homies that are Somalian, and they used to go to Minnesota a lot too. I don't know what the hell they was doing out there, but yeah, like this young lady, she seems like a nice person. Let's see what she got to say.
This video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life. And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first gen, second gen kids with like me with this weight on our shoulders trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world. And so I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings like everybody else.
I can agree with that, but let's not act like your community is not committing hella fraud. And yeah, there's some people that are proud Americans, but then there's a lot of people in your community that hate this country, that do not like America. They're literally sending money to a terrorist organization who most likely says death to America. So I understand not everybody's a bad person, but are you guys going to speak up against the fraud? Or are you just going to make it seem like Americans are speaking up about it and we're xenophobic for it? Are you guys going to admit the fraud, admit the wrongdoing that's going on in your community? Or are you just going to play the victim? Because when you don't say anything, and we've realized that our country is in $1 trillion in debt, and that we have incompetent people in in our legislature that are letting you guys do this, and it's not completely your fault, but shit, we're gonna look at you as well. You're taking the money and you're sending it to another country, which is devaluing our dollar. So do you do you guys really, you know, like this country, or do you like the opportunity that that comes with it? If this country was to fall on any type of hardship, can we really count on a lot of people, civilians, to be on our side? Look at what happened over the summer in California. You have people that are here, first gen, second gens, like she said, that are burning our flag. So can we really measure their allegiance to this country, or is it basically us just taking a chance with anybody that comes here? Because that's what it seems like. Because if you take a look at these guys, they're singing a totally different tune from this young lady.
You know, like the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation. And I was watching a lot of videos that are coming up on my For You page where people are saying, how come Somalis have nice cars and we don't? We've been here like how many generations? We were born here, our ancestors are from here, but Somalis drive nice cars. This whole thing is just making me realize is jealousy. They're jealous of our success because they expect us like to be at the bottom of the bottom, right? And then we come here one generation, we work hard, we save our money. And Somalis are not the only community that committed fraud, okay? We're not all committing fraud, okay? Every community has bad apples, but they're trying to use that as leverage to hate on us, right? And attack our community. But what it is like when you're an immigrant group and you're Black on top of that and you're African, they hate you to be successful. They hate you to be successful. Now, if we were like European immigrants, like maybe Bosnians who are Muslims, or Russians, and they become successful, nobody would blink an eye because they're white. But the fact that we're brown people from Africa, you know what I mean? It kills them. Because the way we move, we don't move like we're inferior to anybody, right? And it's bothering them. And our name has reached the White House. That's how powerful the Somali community is. Wallahi, I have this thing where if Somalis work together, the only problem Somalis have is like, we need to build our country back. Wallahi billahi, we could have been like we could have been a superpower nation. How gifted Allah has made Somalis in making money, in being successful, in being able to see opportunity everywhere they go. All right, so there's this like guy on my For You page, and he was talking about, I used to be a handyman, and I see Somalis, they all have nice cars. And then, the hate comments were down there, deport them, do this, do that. Even Somalis, wherever we go, we're still going to be successful. Even if you deport them, they can still make money. Wallahi. And you guys will still be in the U.S. broke, living paycheck to paycheck.
A lot of white nationalists are really upset about Somali immigration
I'm not a white nationalist. I'm a black one. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about?
to Minnesota for some reason. But the thing is, Minnesota is the homeland of the Somali people, and it was promised to us 3,000 years ago. In fact, one of the founding documents of the state of Minnesota is literally.
You hear this shit? Minnesota was promised to them by the Native Americans. Come on, man. I'm gonna need some Chickasaw, some Blackfoot, some Powhatans, some Cherokees to come out and verify this shit. Because now they just speaking out the side of their neck, and I think it's because over the last summer it seemed like anything somebody that looked Middle Eastern or who was Muslim said something, everybody believed it. But continue.
Truly codifying into law that Somali people have self-determination on that land. As it states very plainly in the basic law in Minnesota, the land of Minnesota is the historical homeland of the Somali people, in which the state of Minnesota was established. The state of Minnesota is the home of the Somali people, in which it fulfills its natural, cultural, religious, and historical right to self-determination. The right to exercise self-determination in the state of Minnesota is unique to the Somali people. The state views the development of Somali settlement as a national value and will act to encourage and promote its establishment and consolidation. So that's the end of the debate. The only people who have the right to self-determination in Minnesota are Somalis.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
They're literally telling American citizens you don't even have the right to self determination. Like what? You guys have to get a green card. How the hell? Like, come on now. Like, and this is what I'm talking about.
Minnesota was promised to us Somalis 3,000 years ago. And if you disagree, you're an anti-Kushite bigot and you need help immediately. Also, if you read Genesis 12:3, it says that those who bless Somalis will be blessed, and those who try to harm them will bring harm upon themselves. I didn't say.
So I guess that's why Somalia ain't shit because you guys are harming each other. Hey, come on now, get out of here, bro. Um, Somalia, Somaliland is not in America. It's in Somalia. Go make your country great, because it really it pains me to see all these Africans come here and fling their African flags, their country's flags, and act like they're so proud, but they're not there. They don't want to really be there and suffer.
وعلى السري أنا محاول ملنا دبي أنت اللي وضو باسبوركي ولا قاطي راعي ساوك جرا أنتو قفوا إمبسي لسؤال كورو إلى كبغض لسؤال عند علي I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here. This place. This is where I'm living. so tired of it. It's just like, I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing. I just want to go back.
Go join your brothers in the suffrage, okay? Because come on now. There's no way we're gonna sit here and let you guys tell us that Minnesota was promised to you guys. Nah, man. This is BS.
You're in Africa, you hated your country, you left Africa, suddenly the country's flag is on your bio. Why? But remove that thing. If you really love your country, you come back and join us. You know, join us in the suffering. Because if it wasn't suffering, you won't leave. I'm not even calling out any country. But don't act more enthusiastic than people in the country. It's not even that fun. How many flags this year around here? No, none. So please, don't give me that bullshit, man.
You see? Come on. Go back to Mother Africa. Go fix it. Come on now. Because we got too many black Americans that are willing to run from America with some dream to fix Africa. Like we have the power to do that. We need to fix our own country, fix the problems here in our own community before we try to go run somewhere else and fix a place where their own people are running from. Like Vladimir Putin said, Africa is just a graveyard to its people. Look at all the successful ones. They leave to Europe and they get buried in Mother Africa and claim to be proud black men or not even black Africans. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Cuss me out if you feel like it. But let me know. Thanks for watching. Born to React. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.